My God, I hate drugs.
A senator calls on the government to bring China's threat of nuclear war before the United Nations, reacting to reports of nuclear-capable Chinese bombers landing in the South China Sea. Senator Hontiveros says the Philippines must sponsor a resolution before the UN condemning China's threat of nuclear war and demand that it comply with the UNCLOS arbitral tribunal. Magdalo Party List Representative Gary Alejano also says the government must not be silent on the matter unless it has already sold its territories to China in exchange for loans. Yesterday, U.S. think tank Asia Maritime Transparency Initiative said nearly all of the Philippines is now within striking range of the nuclear-capable Chinese bombers. The Foreign Affairs Department has issued no response on the matter. Controversy continues to hound the Tourism Department, and at the center of it is Buhay Karinderya. The Tourism Promotions Board, the marketing arm of the DOT headed by actor Cesar Montano, is under fire for alleged irregular spending. But what is Buhay Karinderya all about? Rex Remitio explains.
In 2018,
who would have thought that the Filipino word karinderya would be as controversial as it is now? It all started in 2011 when advertising company Mary Lindbergh International initiated a food tourism project called Karinderya Fiesta. It later became Buhay Karinderya, which offers a glimpse of the Filipino culture and traditions.
What the advocacy aims to do is to really shed light on all the karinderias we have in the Philippines, and there are literally hundreds of thousands of them.
the name Karinderya was believed to have been derived from the Tamil word kari, or curry, for sauce.
The project aimed to celebrate the rich heritage of the Karinderya that began way back in 1764, when a large number of Indian natives deserted the British fleet and settled in Taytay, Antipolo, and Cainta in Rizal. There, they set up eateries serving home-cooked delicacies on the roads, until recipes were handed down from generation to generation and uplifted the lives of millions of Pinoys with this small family business. The project wanted to improve the public's perception of a karinderya, help the business owners behind them, and introduce their unique style of cooking to a wider audience. Then in 2018, Tourism Promotions Board headed by actor and presidential appointee Cesar Montano came into the picture. The TPB, which is the Tourism Department's marketing arm, launched the Buhay Karinderya Redefined. New Tourism Secretary Berna Puyat says she discovered the project cost a whopping 320 million pesos. The relaunch project seeks to highlight home-cooked specialties across the archipelago. Students will learn to prepare home-cooked specialties using what they call forgotten local ingredients and promoting Filipino food as a main tourist attraction. But now, Buhay Karinderya is drawing flack for irregularities in bagging the contract. No matter how noble the goals of the project are, it seems this will remain in limbo until issues are resolved. Rex Remitio, CNN, Philippines.
But Tourism Promotions Board COO Cesar Montano puts the blame on his former boss, Wanda Teo. In a television and radio interview, Montano says Teo pushed for the payment of 80 million pesos to the marketing agency Mary Lindbergh International, the project organizer of Buhay Karinderya. He says Teo introduced him to Mary Lindbergh's owner, Linda Legaspi, saying she's a friend. He claims the board even expressed to Teo their reservations as the disbursement of the initial fund seemed too soon. CNN Philippines is trying to reach Teo for comment. Welcome to the newsroom on CNN Philippines. In the news, more heads will roll. President Duterte announces he's firing more government officials. Senators urge the government to take action against China's threat of nuclear war as Chinese bombers land in the South China Sea. And from the bride's gowns to celebrity guests, we give you all the best bits from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's trailblazing wedding. Good evening, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Thanks for joining us. President Rodrigo Duterte is adding more officials on his chopping block. Speaking at a dinner with local chief executives in Cebu, the president says he is inclined to fire 5 officials and he'd like to add more. In months, he has been firing officials allegedly involved in corruption. He also says he will go after those who use his name or talk to his relatives for favors or projects.
I will stop corruption. And I'm doing it. Of course, I cannot stop it all altogether because indemnity on corruption.
The upper chamber is likely to have a new leader tomorrow. Majority senators endorsed Tito Sotto as the next Senate president. But what are their expectations from the incoming leader? Rex Remitio reports.
Senate Majority Leader Tito Sotto is poised to take over the Senate presidency from Senator Coco Pimentel. Majority senators will meet in a caucus on Monday to discuss the matter, aside from possible changes in committee chairmanships. Senator Ping Lacson says they will also hear out Pimentel's thoughts regarding the majority's decision. They will also deliberate once Pimentel asks for an extension of his term until he files his bid for re-election in October. But for now, some senators already have their expectations from incoming President Sotto. Senate Blue Ribbon Committee Chair Richard Gordon says Sotto should focus on pushing further President Duterte's legislative agenda.
I'd like to see the Baksha resolve. I'd like to see the SSS resolve, which I'm going to fight. I think we don't want any more of these unnecessary noises. We should concentrate more on legislation and important investigations that need to be resolved.
He also fired shots at Minority Senator Sonny Trillanes, who earlier said Gordon should be booted out from his post as Blue Ribbon Committee Chair.
Yun lang ang lifetime ambition niya. Magagawa ko. That's his ambition. I don't cling to any position in the Senate. Like anybody else, I can be removed.
Another Minority Senator Frank Drilon meanwhile says the new Senate leadership should assert its role in foreign relations. Drilon refers to China's creeping invasion of Philippine territory in the South China Sea. He says if the country stays silent on China's aggressive actions, the world's emerging superpower might interfere in the 2019 polls next. For Senator Grace Poe, Sotto should show he could defend Senate's position on pressing matters. This after some senators like J.V. Ejercito were dissatisfied over Pimentel's handling of tirades by his ally, House Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez. He also called the Senate a quote, mabagal na kapulungan for the delays in passing important bills. For now, the senators hope for a smooth transition of powers as they insist this is no coup. Rex Remitio, CNN, Philippines.
3 Filipino diplomats involved in the rescue of distressed OFWs in Kuwait are home. Foreign Affairs Assistant Secretary El Mercato says they arrived Friday and are undergoing debriefing. He adds the diplomats will spend time with their families before reporting back to work. It is not certain what positions they'll hold and where. The diplomats were sent to Kuwait to assist Filipinos for repatriation, but instead they were charged for kidnapping after a video showing the rescue of Filipino household workers circulated, infuriating the Kuwaiti government. But through negotiations, ties with Kuwait have normalized. We've recently signed an agreement with Kuwait protecting the rights of Filipino domestic workers there. President Duterte has also ordered the total lifting of the deployment ban to the Gulf state. It's almost a year since President Duterte placed the entire Mindanao under martial law after the Maute group attacked Marawi City. Various groups are now urging the president to lift military rule in the south. Former Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno joins their call. Our Anjo Alimario reports.
Each had a harrowing story to tell. They claimed they've been displaced, tortured, and traumatized by the ongoing military rule in the South.
Tama lang ba to? Na until now, walang recognition for the government, i-recompensate nila yung mga civilian na namatay, i-acknowledge nila na maraming mga civilian na Maranao na namatay.
A leader from a farmers' group in Agusan del Sur says he's a victim of trumped-up charges.
Sabi ng Pau, mayroon ka bang titulo ng lupa mo? Sabi ng asawa ko, mayroon. Oh. So, ibigay sa asawa ko ang titulo ko. 7 hektar.
Then there's the story of Lumad students whose schools were closed, destroyed, or burned.
Kaya po kami nandito at umaapila sa inyo. Kailangan po namin ng boses at lakas ninyo para sabayan kami sa aming mga panawagan na itigil ang martial law sa Mindanao, itigil ang mga pang-aatake sa aming mga paaralan.
Some of them turned to a familiar face for help to put an end to martial law in Mindanao.
Panawagan ko kay Chief Justice Sereno nga tulungan mo kami sa aming problema dito sa dyan sa Mindanao.
Sereno, who voted against the one-year extension of martial rule, heard their stories.
Yun na po yung salita ko kanina. Nalulungkot po ako talaga. Salamat po.
Renata Reyes of Bayan says they invited Sereno in response to her statement that she wants to listen to the voices of ordinary Filipinos.
Naisip namin bakit hindi niya pakinggan yung mismong kwento galing sa mga taga Mindanao, galing sa mga lumad, sa mga manggagawa, galing sa mga taga Marawi. Nang sa gayon, magkaroon siya ng kaalaman doon sa nangyayari.
Reyes also defends Sereno after the palace belittled the former Chief Justice as a voice of dissent.
Yung mga kinukutya, minamaliit yung ginagawa ni Chief Justice, baliktad naman yung nararamdaman namin. We are grateful. Natutuwa kami na mayroong nakikinig doon sa mga problema namin at problema ng mamamayan. At kung siya ay magiging boses para doon sa mga walang boses, di mabuti yun.
While the military has yet to respond to the group's allegations, Sereno vows to respond to the story she heard in the coming days. Anjo Alimario, CNN Philippines.
Former Chief Justice Sereno warns the soon-to-be vacated ombudsman post could be used for political debt and political vendetta. Speaking at the Manila Hotel yesterday, Sereno says the next ombudsman should not be chosen based on politics as this will only weaken democracy.
Pwedeng gamitin ang opisina niyan upang maniningil ng political debts at maghasik ng political vendetta. Mayroon na pong appointment na nakabanta sa ating ombudsman. Kung ang ombudsman po ay pipiliin dahil lamang sa politika, delikado pong maghina ang ating demokrasya. Kailangan po ang ombudsman, hindi ko pwedeng gawing ombudswoman kasi nasa konstitusyon ombudsman. So, ang ombudsman po ay kailangang pantay ang tingin. Walang kampo, walang politika, walang kinikilingang mayaman o makapangyarihan. Ang ombudsman, ang prioridad niya ay palaganap ang paglaban ng korupsyon.
Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales is set to retire in July. Among the applicants for the post are Labor Secretary Silvestre Bello, Supreme Court Associate Justice Samuel Martirez, and the President's former lawyer Edna Batacan.